Yeah, what's good, y'all? What's going on, man? What's going on, hip hop music world out there, man? It's Marquis, aka Cevere from Boston, Beantown. We ain't going too far, cause this is where this crew is from, Massachusetts. In that area, there's some people from Lynn, Mass. There's some people from all over. So let's get into it, man. BoriRock, we just gonna claim Dorchester, Boston area. BeenOficialLord, not sure where he's from, but I know he's from Massachusetts, I believe. Let me know if he's not. Just became a fan. That's why. Beneficial, I'm a fan now. I discovered you through BoriRock and through this particular album. I'm just being honest, right? So, huge fan of BoriRock, y'all know that. This album came out August 15th, 2025. 31 minutes of pure heat. It's called WIGGIE Wave. This dude, I know he's naming the albums. I know BoriRock is naming the albums, doing the artwork on the album covers. I know he is, because he has an imagination, and if you look at his album covers, his names of albums and names of songs, he's been naming them, I believe, because he has an imagination. He has a great imagination. But BoriRock, Beneficial Lord, I'm a fan now, man. This you can rap, you know what I'm saying? I just like people that can rap. I don't care if you're rapping about shoestrings, friggin' lamps, as long as it sounds good, right? WIGGIE Wave, what we do on this channel. We break down each record song by song to show love. Number one is Top of the Wig, produced by Tremendous. Now, there's various producers on here. Tremendous, I believe, does much of the work on here. So shout out to Tremendous, one of the dopest producers on the underground scene. Y'all give it up for Tremendous, man. I'm telling you, y'all better get some beats now. I'm telling you, you gotta go up. But number one is Top of the Wig, produced by Tremendous. Great opener. Tremendous is a top tier producer. He brings that feed the family energy. BoriRock is in top form as Beneficial stamps a package. Again, when I'm hearing this for the first time, I'm going, who is Beneficial Lord? I thought he was the producer at first. I'm thinking, because BoriRock works with a lot of producers. I'm thinking, okay, what producer is this? But this guy's actually rapping, and his producers, on top of that. So yeah, I like it. The dude could rap. You got a fan. You got another fan. I believe this is his second album, Beneficial Lord. I think this is his second album. I believe he has another album out. Number two is GUNBUTT, produced by Tremendous. Production is jazzy wavy, like 1980s blues with the heavy saxophone. You know what I mean? The heavy saxophone, you know what I mean? In them 1980s videos, the dude sweating with the sax, man, trying to get the girl. All the girls are like, rappers are on there. Billy D. Williams over here on this joint. It's a groove wave. It's groovy wavy, baby. Groovy wavy, baby. Man, listen, I like how they're playing off each other. The tracks, the production's playing off the rough and tough persona of the rappers, right? They got the street mentality. They're tough, they're rough, whatever, right? They're rugged, right? And then the production's soft and clear and lovely, and it's just soulful and stuff like that. It matches, it's great and it fits, man. What do you guys think? Number three is Wig Culture, featuring Top Hooter, the hidden character, which is 3 question marks. Al.Divino, he's working so hard this year. And Estee, Nack, another guy that's putting in work. Wig Culture, this is produced by Grim Doza. Shout out to Grim Doza. This when you do a posse cut, like you do a song and there's various MCs, rappers on it. You have to keep the listener's attention, and I believe Grim Doza did that with this track. And of course, the rappers keep our attention as well. Different vocal tones, the way they flowed. So yeah, they did an excellent job. This could be up for, I don't do this, but people do posse cuts of the year. This could be a posse cut of the year. Wig Culture, Top Hooter, the hidden character Al.Divino and Estee Nack. The dark and dreary track lines up well with the rappers. BoriRock and BeenOfficialLord welcome valuable team members to a posse cut that is fire. Every rapper is splitting wigs and taking names. You know, I miss posse cuts like this. I do. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. You know, I miss rappers rapping like this. You know, with passion, purpose, and family. They have, you know, no matter what they rap about. I know it's streets, negative. A lot of stuff is, you know, drug talk or whatever. You know, to each his own. You don't have to listen to this. You don't have to have your kids listen to this. It's parental, you know, advisory for a reason. But these guys, is, you know, you could tell they came from tough times, and they're still, their value, their number one purpose is family. You know, feed the family, you know, take care of the family, get money, family wealth. So I believe in their movement. So this is why I love, you know, BoriRock and his movement, you know, Estee Nack and his movement, and, you know, Al.Divino, you know, all these guys. Number 4 is Truly Fly, produced by Tremendous, man. It's raining bullets, man. The ghostly vocals and bass give the record a head nod factor. This joint's fire, man. BeenOfficialLord was letting off mad shots. Like, I think he did 6 instead of 16. I think he did a 24 verse, 24. You know what I mean? Like, and then Mr. Wavy, aka BoriRock, you know, he's taxing. He said he's taxing for his verses. So yo, y'all better give up that money, man, for the verses, for the features, man. Number 5 is WIGGAVELI, like Machiavelli, WIGGAVELI, produced by Tremendous. Tremendous, man, you don't be missing. Tremendous, I'm telling y'all, Tremendous, you know, with the international instrumental, giving the rappers heat. And then they took that heat and they blasting shots. They blasting shots, man. They blasting, they busting shots, man. All over this album. Put the kids to bed. It's not for the kids. Number 6 is Bad Feelings, produced by Blue Mask. I'm getting introduced to a lot of new producers, so shout out to the team introducing a lot of producers to the mix. You know, they're not just biased. They don't just stick with their producers. They could just stick with their team of producers that are dope as hell. They got a lot of dope producers, you know, in their circle, you know, but they be, you know, getting other beats from other producers and stuff. Blue Mask is new to me. Shout out to Blue Mask. Now, Bad Feelings, BeenOfficialLord sounds hungry, you know, all over this album. Track has like 1990s mixtape vibes as the rappers crash out, man. You know, you got Mr. Zinger, you know, aka of course BoriRock remains the showstopper. He remains the showstopper. His voice tone, is the way he flows, what he's rapping about, his humor and his music, you know, all that. Number 7 is WIGGIE World, produced by Michelangelo. Shout out to Michelangelo, another dope producer. You know, production has a vibe and brings waves to the record. You know, and then you got BoriRock and BeenOfficialLord, you know, continuing to lace these records. I was trying to say track and records at the same time. I just made up a new word, treckets. You know, just track and records. You know? So, you know, BeenOfficialLord continue to lace the track, man. And, you know, it gives me like Max B waves. Like number 6 and number 7 give me like mixtape 50 Cent, Max B, you know, G-Unit waves. Like these two records, Bad Feelings and WIGGIE World, like especially together, how they mix them together. And then number 8 is FISHSCALE, SHIESTY, produced by Michelangelo. Title sounds like a wrestling name. You see the cover. It's funny because like you look at the cover of this and it's like they on the cover with like wrestling belts and mat. I don't know what's going on. The covers be BoriRock or whoever's designing these covers. Y'all got some explaining to do. Y'all got some explaining to do with these album covers, man. They be dope, but it just be like, why they got wrestling uniforms? What are they doing? Like, what's going on? But anyway, number 8 is FISHSCALE, SHIESTY, produced by Michelangelo. Again, the title sounds like a wrestling name. This could be either one of their wrestling names. Introducing FISHSCALE, SHIESTY, and then, you know, he comes in, you know. It's Wavy Mob, R.I.P. the Prodigy. Track is light and futuristic as rappers continue to cause havoc. No pun intended. Prodigy and Havoc. It got that Mob Deepish. I'm telling you, it's got a good feeling. I think this album's going to rotate for a while. I think this is going to be one of them albums that people are either going to sleep on or they're going to be like, yo, you heard the album between, you know what I'm saying, like that. So number 9, Hallway Politics featuring Estee Nack. Estee Nack's On the Hook Only. This is produced by Mr. Rose, another producer that's dope. I don't know who he is. This so far he proved this with one record. Listen, you can do one record producer and then catch on, right? Producers can catch on with one record, and then now they got a whole people throwing money at them. You know what I'm saying? Just like verses, we got a dope verse. People want to get you on that verse. But again, this is Mob Deepish. It gives me like the Mob Deepish vibes, but like with the Boston flair, of course. On Dogs, with that Boston flair. So it's Zing Politics on Hallway Politics. It's Zing Politics, street politics spoken through some of the current dopest artists right now. This movement is feeding their families with incredible polished songs and records as such. Hallway Politics, Estee Nack just said, let me just do the hook, like he knew, all he had to do was the hook and bring probably more traction to the record. But even without the hook, like the record's dope. It does give me a Mob Deepish feeling with these guys. I'm not comparing them to, of course, Prodigy and Havoc right now for one album, but it seemed like that's where the direction they was at least going towards. Like, subscribe, share the video. What records, what songs highlighted for you on here? You know what I'm saying? I like Tuli Fly, WIGGAVELI, Hallway Politics, man. Like, what songs you like? You know what I'm saying? The album's fire. Like, subscribe, share the video. Again, what songs you like. Go listen to the music. I'm an executive producer. Go listen to the music. Go get the books. I got 9 books, e-books and books. And get the merch. Merch is on sale all year round, y'all. Get the merch for the family. Support. You know what I'm saying? If you could. Hit me with $1 beer, $1 coffee, $1 tea in the description. I do these for free. Baby. Hit me up. Yo, support these dudes, man. They got a movement that's incredible. BoriRock, like I said, Beneficial is new to me. BeenOfficialLord, but he's dope. WIGGIE, Wave, great album. Last track is called WIG TRAUMA, featuring DUN DEALY. Shout out to Dunny. This is produced by Tremendous, another dope beat, man. They go out with a bang. Tremendous with the Amadeus wig track. Amadeus. But the sound got that Amadeus vibe, right? Tremendous with the Amadeus wig track. BoriRock sparks it off with the Boston aura. BeenOfficialLord. You made me a fan. He's a dope rapper. You're a dope rapper if you're watching this. And then you got Dunny, man, wrapping it up. He's wrapping up the WIGGIE Wave, man. He's wrapping up the Dunny, dope, man. I like Dunny, man. That's another dude from the Feed the Family. Saying that, Top Hooter, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Sheikh Hanif, you know what I'm saying? It's dope. All of them, man. Shout out to Sheikh Hanif. Shout out to, Top Hooter. Shout out to DUN DEALY. All of them. But yeah, DUN DEALY came through, spark, you know what I'm saying? Shut it down. Did what he do. You know what I'm saying? 2025, BoriRock, man. I'm a huge fan of, the movement. Who's your favorite? Let me know. Let's, just show some love. This is all about love, showing love to the crew and their movement, man. And BoriRock, Beneficial, man. I got to tap in, man. I know you're going to do more now that you probably, I don't know if you're down with this crew, you're an affiliate, I don't know. But stick with this crew, man. You're going to go places. I'm pretty sure you already know. This album's going to be crazy for you. You know what I'm saying? Because BoriRock is that dude. All right, y'all. Love, man. We back in Boston. But I left Boston to Boston, man. Support, man. Support. Love yourself. Love others, man. If you got any extra love to give, go love a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Go kiss a friggin' penguin or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Lord have mercy. People got no love.